Hey guys, what's up? I think you have seen the video that I uploaded, the one that I joked about Biden making weird decisions because they were putting him on the spot, like, you said this, but that you didn't mean it. You said this, but then you changed your opinion. You said this, then your military man is going to be, we're not going to use chemical weapons. And I'm like, why do people need to contradict you always that, no, he didn't mean that? I'm like, how many times did Trump say something and you guys were like, well, he meant that when he didn't mean that? And he mean that, but he didn't mean that. It's like, where's the inconsistency? Bleh. So today, we're going to look at those gangster decisions that he made, or at least the way that he talks, and that he walks it back, and we're not allowed to point the finger. Hey, grandpa, stop making stupid mistakes and then be like, I never said that. That's how kids get angry. They don't like the hypocrisy and they become rebels, right? Well, the world is becoming a rebel, especially when you're talking to a different guy, which would blow the world up, but you're like, well, I didn't mean it like that. Look at this.
Focus on this man, what he's doing, that no president has ever done. No president.
No, I haven't taken a test. Why the hell would I take a test? Come on, man. That's like saying before you got in this program, you take a test where you're taking cocaine or not. What do you think, huh? Are you a junkie?
What do you say? I'm not out of time. You spoke over time, and I'm going to talk. Here's the deal. Fact of the matter is, look at what's happening here. Well, that's not true. You're saying things you do not know what you're talking about. No one said that. Who said that? Who said that? You said I set up my son to work in an oil company. Isn't that what you said? Get your words straight, Jack. Do you think it plays with the political liability? That's a great asset. More inflation. What a stupid son of a bitch.
Now, those are the things that is not pulling back. Those are the things that is just angry, right? A guy that reacts. He doesn't control his emotion. As a kid, when you see grandpas like that, you don't want to be near them because you don't know how he's going to react. But this is the guy that is going to change laws and everything and be specific people through anger. You don't like if Trump was acting like that, and I don't think Trump really showed much anger like this. But this is kind of normalized, but you're like, well, it's just the way he is, He just acts like that. Well, I'm sure somebody's gonna be like, I'm the freaking pilot. I fly the plane. You can tell me what I have to do. That's a lie. Get your words straight, Jack. And I'm like, wait, you're gonna fly my plane? Come on, man. I'm gonna go crazy. You're a freaking president that decided something that happens in USA that will affect the whole freaking world and NATO. And then you're going to chill, stay stupid stuff? Look at this.
And to clarify on chemical weapons, if chemical weapons were used in Ukraine, would that trigger a military response from NATO?
It would trigger a response in kind. Whether or not you're asking whether NATO would cross, we'd make that decision at the time.
Because you're saying, if you attack us with something, we will attack you back. Which I'm like, okay, so you are putting him in his place, right? But then at the same time, I'm thinking like, wait a second. Why is your military dude saying this? The United States has no intention of using chemical weapons, period, under any circumstances. So if your big boy military is going against you, it gives me a feeling that you are just talking, you're just reading from the card, or you forgot what you read in the card, you're closing your eye like you have to think, oh my god, chemical weapons. And I'm like, dude, you can't do that. And it makes me realize that a lot of people realize we have to start thinking for ourselves, because maybe this guy does not have our best interest in the long run, Isn't he going to get some $1 trillion again because he wants to help other people outside the country? I'm like, dude, if your country is stable, you help a lot of people already. Maybe you should just focus on that a little more. And you're gonna be like, well, it kind of stops there, right? No. It didn't stop there. He decided that, hey man, I'm going to fly out. I'm going to talk to soldiers there in Poland, what we're going to do and everything. Hey, give me a piece of that pizza. Seems like delicious. And I, what? Hey dude, what?
The average citizen. Look at how they're stepping up. Look at how they're stepping up. And you're going to see when you're there, and some of you have been there, you're going to see women, young people standing in the middle in front of a damn tank, just saying, I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground.
I'm not leaving. I'm holding my ground. You know who's holding his ground? It's this gangster soldier looking like you like that. Like, what the heck is this guy doing? I'm going to give up my life for that, for a country that I don't want to even be there? Ukraine? I want to fight for USA, not Ukraine. And it does surprise... Well, actually, nothing surprised me anymore these days. But then again, you're there. And you're saying that people are going to stand their ground. So I would assume they're going to stand their ground in Ukraine, right? You're talking about Ukraine. In Ukraine, they're going to stand their ground, right? They're not going to stand the ground in Poland where they escaped. When the war is coming from the east and they're all on the way on the west. And they're going to stand the ground all the way in the west against the forces of the east when they're attacking the east. That doesn't make any sense. What are you talking about? You're going to be like, maybe you're making a big deal out of it. How can I make a big deal out of it? He said it on freaking TV when nobody knew. Not even the family, not even the people there. They're like, wait, we're going to go there? We're going to fight? But you're going to criticize Trump for the stupidity that he might say. Yes, he said stupidity sometimes on a tweet or whatever. But at least he didn't have to like walk it back and change his opinion. He just said something stupid, inappropriate. But how are you going to go to a few people? Hey, you're going to go there and you're going to see and you're going to see Ukraine and stand their ground? Stand their ground where? I'm going to sue. Oh, we're going to war? If somebody told me, hey man, you're going to stand your ground today in my house. I'm like, wait, who's coming? Get the knife. Stand your ground, man. I know, man. Surprisingly, even the White House was surprised. They were like, what? Grandpa said what? And now the White House had to correct everything. The president has been clear we are not sending US troops to Ukraine and there is no change in that position. Okay. It seems like there's a secret mission that's always going to happen, but Biden opened his mouth too soon and Putin is like, wait, what the heck is happening? No, people, it's false alarm. It's not happening. Putin, just chill. Just keep drinking a little vodka. It's okay. And 3 days. Contradict. That's just being a dick. And now they use the beautiful word. It's a gaffe. I don't even know what a gaffe is. Gaffe is when you pronounce a name wrong. You know? Spider-Man. Yeah, you said it wrong. Different dialect, different language, okay? But you don't come with a weird El Hombre Araña. Everybody's like, what the heck is that? What do you mean? I know you mean Spider-Man, but that's a freaking long word. Stop scaring the guy that has a bomb or a finger on the bomb to send. You know, I'm surprised we have a man in such a powerful position. Yeah, that's a gap. So, it's just weird.
A dictator bent on rebuilding an empire will never erase a people's love for liberty. Brutality will never grind down their will to be free. For God's sake, this man cannot remain in power.
So you publicly say this man does not have to be in such a position of power, and people are clapping hands. You're in Poland. You're not very far away, and you're telling people that, hey man, you know your neighbor's neighbor, he's a very, very bad man. We might have to do something about it. He's not supposed to be in power. I don't know, man. I don't think regime change from what I can find, even if I'm not in US. It seems like I have more info than most. That I'm like, changing a country's regime was never the mission. I mean, there was never a case ever that they said, you know what, we're gonna change the regime peacefully. Okay? It's not Gaddafi or something like that. This is something gangster, you know? Well, actually, this is a little different because the guys in the middle, they're civilized. You know, It's such a unique situation, and even if they're civilized, you have your son of the president making gangster deals there, receiving a bunch of money. All these things are coming out now with his laptops in the right hand. And I'm like, dude. I can pity you to a certain level, but there comes a point that I think you're so stupid, but your decision doesn't affect my life and I can disappear. But right now we're in a situation that your decision can affect a lot of people. And then I start to think a little. When they removed Gaddafi, what happened? It got really bad. I think certain lands or countries, they need their dictator. I'm not saying that I agree with them, but you don't become a dictator because people are nice. You become a dictator because certain people only understand a specific attitude. That's what I believe. Maybe with time they will change, but it's not that easy. And I believe a lot of people are pointing out, if you remove Putin, who's going to replace him? Because I do know they have a bunch of bombs. I do know there are many religions down there that don't actually follow on the same level as us, you know? So, who's the person that's going into power? Does they agree with us? Can they do something about it? It's kind of weird. And when you ask like this Biden dude, like what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do if these things are happening? Look at him. The president's point was that Putin cannot be allowed to exercise power over his neighbors or the region. He was not discussing Putin's power in Russia or a regime change. Again, changing opinion. Then talk the right thing. If he has to go on stage, read from a card to say the right thing, dude, train the dude. Or you're gonna tell me he's too old. We can just give him something because maybe some person in the back is the real leader or something like that, but we never really see him, but we keep sending him, and he seems to become the irritated old person that you keep telling him to do something. He has to do it for the family, but he falls over. Well, all the other people are having secret orgy parties or something like that. Huh? Come on, man. Hey, come on, man. I sounded like Biden.
Do you believe what you said, that Putin can't remain in power? Or do you now regret saying that because your government has been trying to walk that back? Did your words complicate matters?
Well, you asked 3 different questions. I'll answer them all. Number 1, I'm not walking anything back.
Oh, I thought your White House just corrected you, but now you're like, no, he's not gonna walk it back. Are you even on the same playing field? It's like you believe that the planet is flat and the people in the White House believe it's round. Where are we, Mr. Biden? What are you talking about?
Are you worried that other leaders in the world are going to start to doubt that America is back if some of these big things that you say on the world stage keep getting walked back?
What's getting walked back?
It made it sound like, just in the last couple days, it sounded like you told U.S. troops they were going to Ukraine. It sounded like you said it was possible the U.S. would use a chemical weapon, and it sounded like you were calling for regime change in Russia, and we know...
None of the 3 occurred.
None of the 3 occurred?
None of the 3.
Mr. President?
You interpret the language that way.
So I think I proved way more than I'm supposed to prove. But it doesn't make any sense. You can't say you're going to do something, and then they need to walk it back for you. And then you say, I'm not walking back. And then you say, I never said that. I don't need to walk back anything because I've never said that. You're wrong. That gaslighting 101 strategy, I did the tutorial. I know where it's coming. My exes use it against me. You know, I never said that. It's like you just shut up and you can see a Netflix season because whatever is going in their head is so unpredictable. I'm like, I'm actually entertained on how stupid you are. It's weird. Am I the only one stuck in Spain watching the news on USA? And I'm like, what? What? Dude, wait, what? I mean, this is like Will Smith slapping Chris Rock over and over, but first it's a slap, then it's a double slap, then it's a ninjutsu from Naruto, and then I'm like, where are we going with this? It's surprisingly stupid and entertaining. I hope he wakes up. I don't know if they're going to kick him with all the amendments they have. I don't know, impeach, I don't know. It's his head isn't there. Especially the time you see people holding him as if they need to guide him. I'm like, how can he actually he doesn't represent power. He doesn't represent respect. Especially when he gaffes on words. Always saying a country that isn't even there when they're talking about that country. I don't know. Maybe I'm the crazy one. Let me know in the comment section. And whoo, this president is quite unique. And then at the same time, we're not gonna use the gasolines or the oil or whatever near us. But the prices is going up. So it's the Arabs' fault. You see? It's like reverse Uno core. That's their policy. I don't know. But anyway, I'm gonna end the video. Let me know what you guys think. I'm just surprised. And we just have to see where it goes from here. Because maybe we won't even be alive if this war goes on. I don't think it will be that bad. But it would not surprise me it started. So hey, just prepare your food, start hoarding a little just in case, because you never know. We have still 3 more years to go if this guy is in power. Anyway, comment, like, share, and see you guys next time. Peace.
Envida-me a tua iniciativa, padrei ku indica e também que sum sativa. Te ainda não quer aceitar ku eta medicina, Bob di nang di eta causa rebeldia. Cooking.